Once, in the serene forests of ancient India, there lived a sage known as Siddhartha, who later became known as the Buddha. He had renounced his royal life in search of truth and peace. He wandered the forests, seeking enlightenment, and people from far and wide came to hear his teachings of wisdom, compassion, and the path to inner peace. One day, as the Buddha was meditating under a grand Bodhi tree, a young prince arrived with a caged golden bird. The prince was proud of the bird, for it was rare and beautiful, its feathers shining like the sun. The prince approached the Buddha and said, "Great sage, I have traveled far to seek your wisdom. I have everything a man could desire, wealth, power, and this magnificent bird, but still, I am not content. Can you tell me why I feel so empty?" The prince was surprised by the question. "Because it is mine," he replied. "I have captured it so that I can admire its beauty whenever I wish." The Buddha gently shook his head. "You may possess the bird, but its beauty does not belong to you. True beauty lies in freedom, not in possession. By caging this bird, you have taken away its spirit, and in doing so, you have also trapped yourself in a cage of desire." The prince frowned, not fully understanding the Buddha's words. "But if I release the bird, I will lose it forever," the Buddha smiled softly. "You do not lose what you never truly owned. Release the bird and watch what happens." Reluctantly, the prince opened the cage. The golden bird hesitated for a moment, then soared into the sky, its wings gleaming in the sunlight. It sang a song of joy, its melody filling the forest with a sense of freedom and peace. As the bird flew higher and higher, the prince felt a strange sense of relief. The emptiness in his heart began to fade, replaced by a profound sense of contentment. The Buddha spoke again, "Do you see now, young prince? The joy of life is not found in possession, but in letting go. When you free yourself from the need to control and possess, you discover the beauty of life in its natural state. True happiness arises when you release your desires and embrace the present moment." The prince bowed before the Buddha, his heart filled with gratitude. He realized that the peace he had been searching for was not found in wealth or power but in the simple act of letting go, and so, the prince left the forest, his mind enlightened by the Buddha's wisdom. He no longer sought to own or control, but instead to live in harmony with the world around him. And from that day on, the golden bird song echoed in his heart, reminding him of the lesson he had learned from the silent sage.